Welcome back to FOXSOUL's Black Report. So, R. Kelly's lawyers demanding the charges against him be dropped, and he's asking for a new trial.
His attorney claims the woman who testified under the name Jane lied on the stand, alleging that she hired experts to seek $13 million in restitution from Kelly, saying in a motion that Jane's testimony was not truthful when she claimed she was undecided about whether she would seek restitution from Kelly. She knew full well she was seeking restitution. That's the end of that quote. Now, Kelly was found guilty in a Chicago federal court of producing child pornography and enticing girls for sex, and is set to be sentenced on February 23rd.
A co-conspirator in the murder-for-hire case in the reality TV show Welcome to Sweetie Pies receives 3 years in prison. A former exotic dancer, Tarika Ellis, admitted that she was paid $10,000 by Tim Norman to lure the victim to the apartment complex where he was ambushed. Ellis expressed remorse and asked for leniency during the hearing, but the victim's family sought a maximum sentence. The victim's family argued that if it weren't for Ellis's involvement, Andre Montgomery Jr. might still be alive. The headlining case was previously reported last summer, and Tim Norman is still maintaining his innocence. He's due for sentencing next month.
Now to Atlanta, where a nightclub owner by the name of Michael Gideon was shot and killed in front of Republic Lounge, the club that he owned. This happened early Saturday morning. No motive or suspect has been identified, but a security guard claimed a person who was previously kicked out of the club returned with a gun. Gideon and his brother Alex, who you just saw there, were successful entrepreneurs coming to the U.S. after escaping violence in Eritrea and working as valets before opening several nightclubs in Atlanta. He leaves behind a wife and 4 children and was known for his charitable work. A memorial has been started outside Republic, where Gideon hosted many famous hip hop stars. And this was just a sad story to wake up to. It happened early Saturday morning, a sad story to wake up to, as he's been on that scene well over 30 years. They say he's a man of few words, but his impact was very much felt. And he was, in essence, a celebrity himself, just because of all the communities and the folks that he connected in that nightlife.
Yeah, and what was really sad to me is that, you know, he fled violence in Eritrea, that's in East Africa, and he comes and he makes a life for himself and his family in Atlanta, and the violence that he was escaping, you know, found him in Atlanta, and you know, that is just absolutely devastating turn of events, and you know, our hearts go out to his family and to the community there in Atlanta.
Indeed.
Well, from Atlanta to New York City, where Madame Tussauds New York City unveils Rihanna's Met Gala look today. The singer's silver beaded corset, mini dress, and matching robe, as well as her beaded papal bishop's hat and crucifix necklace, will be displayed in the museum's Glow Gala Room. The unveiling comes ahead of Rihanna's halftime performance at the Super Bowl, her first since releasing her 2016 album Anti. The NFL head of music, Seth Dodowski, is thrilled to welcome Rihanna to the Super Bowl halftime stage. Madame Tussauds Orlando will also unveil a figure of Rihanna wearing her Super Bowl outfit later this year.
Oh, they nailed that. Looks just like her. Okay, 10-year-old Sonova Hillman Jr., daughter of late rapper DMX, launches a GoFundMe campaign to create a 4-part docuseries on fentanyl and drug addiction. Hillman aims to spread awareness and educate from a child's perspective. She is seeking $250,000 for production costs. A recent video shared on YouTube shows Hillman explaining her inspiration for the project, including her father's death, DARE program, and Master P's daughter's death. Hillman wants to help resolve trauma and assist those suffering from addiction to get clean and stay clean. I think this is a beautiful effort. I actually saw the video on YouTube, and I hope she gets all of that money and then some. I'm hoping all of those in that industry who claim to love DMX and his legacy will live on forever. I hope they plan on donating to this baby's cause.
You're right, because that is a very beautiful tribute to her father.
That's right.
And to Master P's daughter, and too many folks who have fallen because of addiction. And so our hats off to her. That's
Yes.
great work. Look at her making it her business to make
Be
our
about the
community
business.
A better place.
That's right. When we come back, Black Excellence time.
That's right. Don't you go anywhere. This is Fox Soul's Black Report.